Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
They took a life that should be still living here and walking, taking care of his children. Now they're going to be lost without their father.
Family of a man shot and killed by Bridgeport police is demanding justice tonight, and they want answers after the Office of Inspector General released body camera footage of that incident. Thank you so much for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6 o'clock. I'm Angelo Bavaro.
And I'm Bridget Biorlo. Fox 61's Jamel Johnson is in Bridgeport tonight with a reaction from police and the grieving family.
Bridgeport police held a press conference at the department on Friday to address the shooting death of 38-year-old Dyshawn Best. Dyshawn's Best family was here as well, and while they were not allowed into the initial press conference, they did get a chance to speak with the police chief afterward in private. On Friday, the Office of Inspector General released body cam footage of a police officer shooting Dyshawn Best as he ran away from them. Bridgeport Chief of Police Roderick Porter said the officer who shot Best, Yun Ho, is now on administrative leave.
Police work is unpredictable, and officers are often faced with split-second decisions in difficult situations. As is standard protocol, the officer has been placed on administrative leave while the investigation is conducted.
While Porter didn't want to get into specifics about the investigation, he did give his opinion on the body camera footage.
What I viewed on the video, as I know use of force, as I know training, appears to be in line with the training and what the use of force policy set forth.
Speaking on the family's behalf, attorney Darnell Crossland gave his thoughts on the chief's comments.
I don't agree with that. The fact that the police were this close to him, they have him on body cam. You see the body cam now, so they know him. It's daylight. They could have easily looked at that and said, okay, the guy who ran from us was Dyshawn. Let's go find him and go see what's going on. And if the most you're going to get out of this was a gun possession charge, well, at least we still have him here.
According to the Inspector General's initial report, police officers found a 9mm handgun next to Best where he fell.
We just got to pat you guys both down if somebody says something.
Crossland says they've yet to confirm that with the family.
So they haven't told us that there's a bona fide gun and here's proof of it. Whether they felt threatened by the gun, did he turn around at them with a gun? No, what I seen from that, you don't even see that.
Cecilia Jesse, Dyshawn's sister, says she was heartbroken to hear what happened to her brother.
My brother was not like that. He wasn't that person. He was the best father I've ever seen anyone in my family be. He was a good guy, and he did not deserve this to happen to him the way it did.
Dyshawn's brother, Leonard Best, says he recently just got out of prison and only had a month to spend with his brother.
I did 21 years. I came home February 14th. I had a month and a half with my brother. I asked him, just be home when I get home. And he was here when I got home. And they just killed my brother like that. Justice is making him pay like they made me pay.
Chief of Police Roderick Porter did not want to comment on the specifics of the investigation. He says that the Office of Inspector General will be reviewing the investigation and make a final decision on if the shooting was justified or not. In Bridgeport, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.
All right, Jamel, thank you. An alert for people on the Connecticut River tonight. Avoid the water from East Windsor down to Hartford. That's because a sewer line broke near South Water Street in East Windsor, just south of I-91 where it crosses the river. More than 300,000 gallons of untreated sewage could be spilling into the river each day. Emergency repairs are underway at this hour, so avoid fishing, boating, or any activity that involves direct contact with the water until further notice.
A 17-year-old boy faces serious charges in a deadly hit-and-run crash from last night. Officers say this happened just before 8:30 last night on Baldwin Street, a few blocks away from Sylvan Avenue. We do not know what led up to that crash, but Waterbury police say a 44-year-old man from Waterbury was hit. He's in the hospital in critical condition. Police say the 17-year-old drove off after that crash and was later arrested. He faces multiple charges, including reckless driving, operating without a license or insurance, operating an unregistered vehicle, and evading responsibility. Okay, let's get you a check on the forecast. It was a beautiful, beautiful day. Super warm, but we do have some rain in the forecast.
All good things come to an end, unfortunately. Yep. And it is April. And you know what they say about April, Dyshawn? Are we in for a wet weekend?
Yeah, we're in for a weekend with showers. You know, as they say, April showers will bring those May flowers. So if you are heading out there this weekend, definitely walk with your umbrella, especially on Saturday, as there could be occasional showers in the afternoon. Most showers are looking likely Sunday morning, but sunshine is possible Sunday afternoon. Now, today was a beautiful day. Temperatures got into the 60s and even 70s along the shoreline. It is still mild out there, 64 right now in Hartford, coming in at 66 in Meriden, about 66 in Norwich, and 65 right now in Groton. Now, big night for basketball and big night also for baseball. Now, the Patriots versus the Yard Goats tonight. The weather will be amazing. Mild temperatures in the 60s and 50s, and we're looking at dry conditions for this evening. We have some high-level clouds now coming up. I'll let you know more about this weekend showers. Back to you.
All right, sounds good, Deshaun. Thank you. A driver and their passenger are recovering tonight from minor injuries after they crashed into a tree in Trumbull. Police were called to Main Street and Bonneview Drive after 9:30 yesterday morning. We're told the driver suffered an unknown medical emergency, lost control of the car, and drove into the bushes and trees. Crews needed to remove the trees around the car just to get one person out.
New tonight, Connecticut Congressman Joe Courtney and John Larson are sounding the alarm.
Yeah, they're worried about a new federal budget plan that they say includes an $880 billion cut to Medicaid.
Fox 61's Emma Wolforst has more from Hartford.
Yeah, Representatives Courtney and Larson spoke with doctors and patients here at Connecticut Children's who tell me they're concerned services will be on the chopping block if these cuts go into effect.
Any budget cuts that we have to Medicaid impacts all our families.
Dr. Jeffrey Schenberger is the neonatology division head at Connecticut Children's. He's worried about the impacts of possible federal budget cuts.
We could lose some of the things that we're able to provide that are unique to Connecticut Children's for the infants and their families.
More than half of the patients at Connecticut Children's neonatal intensive care unit, known as the NICU, depend on Medicaid for their care. In 2023, hospitals in Connecticut received $3 billion in Medicaid payments.
We'll always do everything humanly possible for all our patients to get them through the process, but to maximize it, to give them the foundation that they need to have a healthy childhood and ultimately a healthy life. Those are the areas which will be first, potentially on the block to be removed.
This week, the House passed the GOP's 10-year tax and spend budget plan, and the Senate started debating it. This proposal slashes $2 trillion in federal spending over the next decade, but the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office says that can't be accomplished without cutting Medicaid. For Connecticut specifically, Department of Social Services Commissioner Andrea Barton-Reeves says the state could see well over $1 billion in losses.
That would mean that every sector, hospitals, nursing homes, private providers, would all see a dramatic change in the way in which services would be provided.
Republicans have argued this is fear-mongering, saying they are not targeting Medicaid. But Courtney and Larson say there's no way to achieve the plan without cutting those services.
Now we're being asked to change lanes with no visibility forward, no visibility behind us, no visibility next to us, and yet the change is being proposed. And so we take our chances moving into that lane, hoping that something horrible doesn't happen. That is no way for us to live.
The Senate expects to take a vote on adopting this budget blueprint over the weekend, but Democrats plan to introduce multiple amendments, including one to forbid Medicaid cuts, while Republicans hold a slim majority in both chambers. Representatives Courtney and Larson tell me Democrats are planning to fight. Reporting in Hartford, Emma Wolforst, Fox 61.
All right, Emma, thank you. There are signs of summer in downtown Hartford. The Hartford Yard Goats are getting up to bat after a long winter break. Baseball, it is finally back.
Yeah, best time of the year. So what does opening day mean to those who have spent the offseason focusing on the first pitch?
Here's Fox 61's Jim Altman at Duncan Park.
Well, there are two words that go a long way in downtown Hartford, like 400 feet to deep center field long. Those two words, play ball. the sounds of the season starting.
Opening day, 10th anniversary for the Yard Goats. It's a finish line. You know, we got to the end of our off season and all the work that's gone into getting here, and it's a starting line.
A decade in, the word is out. Opening day always hits home in Hartford.
Being a native of downtown Hartford, I mean, I was born in Hartford, it just means so much to have this kind of energy in our capital city.
From the second base bag to a first look at the new team swag, it's about the Goats and the glory. Tim Restall is the team president.
From the field to the promotions, the merchandise, the food, all those things, it's all ramps up to opening day. This is a tactile experience, right? It's the tastes, the smells, the sounds, the merchandise. It is a sensory experience for all ages.
And this time of year, a day at the park just means more.
For me personally, opening day means a big celebration. We swing the gates back open for Hartford, and we put on a great show.
When they leave our gates, we want them to have smiles on their faces. That's what it's all about. It doesn't matter about the score. It doesn't matter about how many home runs. They just had a fun time. They were able to celebrate with their family, friends, or just really be part of the energy here at Duncan Park.
And aside from today, you have 68 more chances to come see the Yard Goats here at Duncan Park. Plus, the hope is they make another playoff run. At Duncan Park in downtown Hartford, Jim Altman, Fox 61.